Hey, love, welcome home to Eden, where all the smells of woman are sacred, but not always the best smells to smell. All right, so the question is, why don't men go down on women more often? And we know the first reason was in my last video. It was about male entitlement on the planet, or they don't think that women's pleasure matters. But let's say that there's a whole other reason that's just really simple, and it's about smell. It's about how washed up we are. It's really simple. But there's different levels to which that smell thing is taken care of. Now, you want to think about two different kinds of men, okay? There's the men who are wild and free, and then there's the men who are controlled and domesticated. So they each want you to be fresh and smell wonderful, but in different ways, okay? So, what happened to my lighting? The wild and free man, he wants you to, basically, he wants you to have some smells that he can enjoy. He wants you to, you know, have the enough of your honeydew, your little wild bees in the forest smell, your seaweed of the ocean smell, your traveling salmon smell of life. All right. Now, but the domesticated man, he wants you to smell more like products and chemicals, and that do not remind him of wildness of nature. He wouldn't be the kind of person who'd actually be that comfortable in nature. If he went into nature, it would be to kill something. Whereas the wild free man would go into nature to celebrate the animals, to swim in the rivers, to climb the trees, he wouldn't have to kill something to be there and love it. Now, he might hunt to feed his family, but still his adventure into nature has to do with the way he would adventure into woman, which is with all of his desire to actually surrender. He wants to go wild. He wants to get to that place where he's out of control with pleasure, and the smell thing. It's like, you wash up enough because, the women get upset. They're like, oh, why do I have to wash up? And how come I like the way the guys smell and they don't like how I smell? It's not fair. Well, it's not fair. It's true, because they don't get to be life bringers. It's not fair to them that they don't get to carry a baby and nurture a baby. Us women, we are the bringers of life. And that means we're also, we on the flip side of life is death. And every time we have our menstrual cycle, it's death, So life, death, life, death, life, death. And so the smells of our body go back and forth between life-giving and death-bringing. So they're not all perfect smells, and some of them have to do with our diet being off. Like if you're gluten intolerant, you don't know it, you're going to have incredibly noxious smells that you're like, why do I smell this way? It's just because of your diet, or if you're not drinking enough water, because the pussy for the woman, it's our gateway for cleansing. So that means we're cleansing through our pussy, and it makes us more pure. Don't think of yourself as more dirty because you're always cleansing. You're more pure because you're always getting to cleanse. And the guys don't have that ability. But it does mean, darling, we have to wash up. That thing about, I gotta go freshen up. They always have that in the movies, of the old movies, and in the olden days, and it really means, I gotta go wash my pussy. I gotta go powder my nose. Really, I gotta go wash my pussy. So it's all good. But the wild free man, for example, he's going to want some of your musk. he's going to love it if he can smell some of you. So you can use just like a little bit of hair conditioner that's soft and or gentle on you, maybe a little coconut oil, and you don't have to worry about it. The domesticated, controlled man, his sexuality is about predictability. So he wants everything to be as he expects it to be. He probably doesn't want to go down ever on you, because he's just about penetration, his own pleasure. It's his whole agenda is to come, and then everything's over with. He's done. Now, some women want everything to be controlled also, and that's okay. Whatever kind of guy you like, you can both wear a lot of cologne and perfumes, and maybe it'll make you feel more in control of this wild sexual life we're in that is so intense if you just let it go. So the death energy we need to wash away. But there is a balance. Some people want a little of both kind of guy. I'm in the wild and free camp. I want him to go to the place of out of control in a good way. I don't mean violence at all, okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the place where you don't know what's going to happen next, but you're searching for pleasure. You're searching for each other's pleasure, and so some of those smells guide you into your wild animal nature, All right, well, have I talked enough about this? Just wash up. Don't make it a big deal. Do it in secret. Do it when he's doesn't know what you're doing. Let your mystery stay intact. And darling, if you are going to be with the domesticated, controlled guy who wants you to be controlled, he's probably not even going to be open to you ravishing him and your wild self when it wants to go intense on him. So, be prepared to have to be a certain way that he wants, and hopefully you can, even with him, have a conversation that includes you, some of the things that you need and you want, or in a positive way. Make sure you ask for what you want in a way that's uplifting to him, that compliments him at the same time. But, the most effective thing to do is if he does something that you really don't like and he hasn't responded to you, just shut off the whole sex session and just say, okay, can't do this because you just did that thing, I'm done. Because action with guys is what they understand more than words with women. So and vice versa, if he does what you want, really give him more and go farther. But just allow your own sensual nature, sensual nature, to be a delicate balance, that you're always in touch with yourself, okay? Be in touch with your own smells. Love your own smells, and accept the fact that we are goddesses of life and death, and we have to be in touch with which scent is permeating us at the moment, and to really find the lotions that do not, and the scents that do not cause you rashes, that don't cause you burning, that are natural enough. I really recommend coconut oil at all times, a little bit, especially with the domesticated guy, because he's probably not going to pleasure you enough for you to open up and have comfort if he's just going to do his cock thing, without taking care of you. So the wild free man, though, he won't mind a little bit of coconut oil, because if he's going down on you, it's totally edible and it doesn't cover up your scent, and it is a lube that it is still good for you, no matter if you're being whatever kind of lover you've got. It creates more openness and more suppleness for your comfort level. Always keeping your comfort, your pleasure in mind. This is why you're here. This is why you do this. You're not doing this to just give him pleasure, You're not doing this to get love. You have love. You are loved. You are love. You're doing this for your own pleasure, and that is okay. Okay, darling? So, I'll be right back. Gotta freshen up. Okay, love. Bye. Off.